John Adams. John Adams was born October 30th, 1735 to his parents, Susanna Boylston and John Adams Sr. This was the house John Adams grew up in. Adams, along with many generations of his family, grew up on the Adams family farm in Quincy, Massachusetts. As a kid, John attended a Latin school, then continued his studies at Harvard at 15 years old. At Harvard, Adams studied to be a lawyer and graduated in 1755. John Adams married his wife Abigail Smith in 1764. They had 6 children together, but only 4 survived into adulthood. John and Abigail's children were Abigail Adams, John Quincy Adams, who was the 6th United States President, Susanna Adams, Charles Adams, who died when he was 1, Thomas Boylston Adams, and Elizabeth Adams, who was stillborn. This is a picture of John Quincy Adams. Although some people overlook John Adams, he was very significant in United States history because he played a key role in America's fight for independence, and his accomplishments helped create the country we know today. Over the span of Adams' life, he continuously impacted history with all of his accomplishments. One of John Adams' first accomplishments was in 1774. He was a delegate to the First Continental Congress, and he helped to unite the colonies against Britain. Second, in May of 1775, when the Second Continental Congress first came together, Adams played a key role and helped push for independence. Later in 1775, during one of the Second Continental Congress sessions, John Adams helped to draft the Declaration of Independence, along with Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, Roger Sherman, and Robert R. Livingston. The Declaration of Independence was then signed on July 4, 1776, and declared that the United States wanted its freedom from Great Britain. In 1777, the Articles of Confederation were drafted by the Second Continental Congress and approved, but then ratified in 1781. After the ratification in 1781, the Second Continental Congress officially ended and was taken over by the Confederation Congress. Along with his many other accomplishments, John Adams was responsible for writing the Massachusetts Constitution in 1780. This constitution would serve as the model for the United States Constitution in 1787. Continuing with John Adams' accomplishments, he signed the Treaty of Paris on September 3, 1783, along with Benjamin Franklin and John Jay. The Treaty of Paris officially ended the American Revolutionary War between Great Britain and the United States. Adams furthered his influence on history as being the first vice president under Washington. He served under Washington for 2 terms from 1789 to 1797. After Adams served his 2 terms as vice president, he became the 2nd United States president from 1797 to 1801. During his term as president, Adams helped to strengthen the United States Navy and founded the Department of Navy in 1798. During Adams' presidency, he appointed John Marshall as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court in 1801. John Marshall served that role for over 34 years. At the end of Adams' presidency, he signed the Judiciary Act of 1801. This act changed the structure of the federal court system because Adams' party wanted to make sure they still had power in the courts after losing to the Democratic Republicans. After losing the election of 1800 to Thomas Jefferson, Adams peacefully left office, which was an important moment for United States democracy. Starting around 1812, Adams began an extensive letter exchange with longtime friend and political rival Thomas Jefferson. In their letters, they covered topics of politics, philosophy, and reflections on the American Revolution. After Adams' retirement, he spent a lot of his free time writing letters, essays, and his autobiography, reflecting on his role in the American Revolution and in general. John Adams died July 4, 1826, the 50th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. His last words were, "Jefferson still survives." But he was mistaken. Jefferson had died 5 hours earlier. In conclusion, John Adams' dedication to American independence, his pivotal role as a founding father, and his legacy of leadership and diplomacy make him a truly deserving candidate for the Apush Hall of Fame.